Hello. If you are wondering why I am dressed like this, and why I am talking in this bizarre tone of voice, it is because the movies I am going to discuss today are the Matrix franchise. The first Matrix movie was considered to be a groundbreaking film that showed a new style on how to do action in sci-fi. It made Keanu Reeves a star and brought new life to Lawrence Fishburne's career. It also made a name for the Wachowskis, Andy Wachowski and his sister Lena Wachowski, or as she was known back then before she fully transitioned into being a woman, Larry Wachowski. I really enjoyed the first Matrix movie. It was a fun ride. It had mystery, it had suspense, and it had some fun characters. As for a plot, the series is about a world where machines have taken over, and humans are hooked up to a computer frame and put into a virtual reality world. This world is known as the Matrix. It's established that the main characters in the first film managed to escape, and they now fight the machines both in the real world and by going back into the Matrix to fight the programs. Keanu Reeves plays the Luke Skywalker of the Matrix universe, known as Neo. Neo is a nickname that he got while working as a hacker in what he thought was the real world. His real name is Thomas Anderson. The only person who ever calls him by his real name is the series' main antagonist. The main antagonist of the series is a program known as Agent Smith, who is part of a group of programs known as simply the Agents, whose purpose is to stop people from finding out the truth about the Matrix. Lawrence Fishburne plays a wise, knowing man known as Morpheus, who frees people from the Matrix. And he frees Neo, saying he is the one who can save them from the machines. And how does Morpheus know that Neo is the one to save them? Because of a good computer program in the Matrix known as the Oracle, who takes on the form of a kind, sweet, black woman who loves to bake cookies and smoke cigarettes. She is also a psychic. The way the Matrix works in the first movie is complex and a little hard to follow, but as you do some thinking as you watch the movie, as well as some thinking after the credits have started rolling, you feel you've figured it out. But when the sequels entered, everything just became incoherent and illogical. People even today have a hard time figuring out exactly what happens in the sequels and what the meaning behind what everyone says is. And although I cannot know for sure, the writing from the Wachowskis gives the impression that all they cared about was the action. And all of the dialogue-driven scenes in between the action scenes were things that they just didn't care about. And next to that, the acting performances in the sequels were just dreadful. I do not believe it is because the actors were doing bad jobs, but because of the direction that they were given. Lawrence Fishburne is the best actor in the Matrix movies, and even when saying dialogue that does not serve a purpose whatsoever, he still is able to sound elegant. The way the main characters in the Matrix franchise talk is exactly as I am talking now. Very robotic-like. And they only take the minimalist of pauses, and it's as if they are not breathing as they speak. I am very mixed on the first Matrix sequel, known as The Matrix Reloaded. The scenes of characters interacting are just painful to watch and to listen to. Especially a scene where Neo, Morpheus, and the female lead of the series, Trinity, who is also Neo's girlfriend, go to see a computer program inside the Matrix who takes on the persona of a Frenchman. And this actor who plays the Frenchman, he is just so unbelievably aggravating to listen to. And it was after watching The Matrix Reloaded that I decided French accents are not sexy. However, the action scenes in The Matrix Reloaded are spectacular. In fact, I believe The Matrix Reloaded has what is possibly the greatest action sequence ever filmed. A highway chase scene that has to be seen to be believed. And although most of the action sequences are pointless, they are so well shot that it makes the movie tolerable. And then there is the second Matrix sequel, The Matrix Revolutions. Watching The Matrix Revolutions was one of the most aggravating, yet baffling experiences I have ever had watching a film. I cannot decide whether or not it was a good film or a bad film. There are a few fun moments, but I really was not enjoying myself while watching it most of the time. The best character in the whole series is the Oracle, who is the most interesting, the most fun, and ironically, the most human. Something that confuses me about the Matrix franchise is that all of the computer program characters have more personality, more emotion than the actual human characters. The last big thing worth mentioning is that there is a lot of religious symbolism in the Matrix movies. Pretty much since he was introduced, the character Neo is established as being the Jesus of the Matrix universe. There's even a scene of poor, starving people going to him with sick children asking for his help. What were they expecting him to do? Heal them with magic? And at the very end of the Matrix Revolutions, Neo pretty much sacrifices himself to save mankind. And when he dies, he is in the position of Jesus being crucified, and there is a glowing cross emanating from his chest. All I could think when I saw this was, this movie has reached a new level of ridiculousness that I cannot comprehend. There is also the Animatrix, an anime anthology film of shorts all taking place inside the Matrix universe. So, all in all, I really enjoyed the first Matrix. It was a good straight-up action movie, and by the end, you could figure it out. The sequels took what was already a complex storyline from the first film and multiplied it by 50. I may check out the action scenes from The Matrix Reloaded, but just the action scenes. And the Animatrix if I'm ever in the mood. If you haven't seen the Animatrix, I highly recommend it.